Welcome to Cozumel, Mexico. Today's adventure, CJ is going to take you through the Xrail to Jade Cavern Cenote Adventure, which is a 4-person dune buggy ride through the jungle that ends at the Jade Cavern Cenote, and you do have an optional cliff dive, so yes, keep an eye out. We'll also take a look at some shopping in Old Port, and then end the day with tableside freshly made guacamole back at the main port overlooking the ships. Hope you guys enjoy.
We're just leaving port, heading to the Xrail Jade Cavern Cenote Adventure. We'll film a little bit of travel time, but it's about a half hour before we get over to the actual establishment where the dune buggies will be waiting. So we'll check in and get you guys more information there. We'll see you soon.
Walmart. Are these new?
Yes.
Oh,
When
you
you
don't
finish, no.
recycle.
When you finish, you keep it.
Oh, thank
Nice
God.
souvenir.
Thank you.
Yeah. So the ride over was really not bad, pretty comfortable in general. They have bathroom facilities, the bandanas included. If you forgot to closed-toed shoes, you can rent them. They have locker rentals if you don't want to bring your bags since you're worried they might get muddy or wet. The facility really does seem to have everything that you need in case you forgot it or didn't read it on your shore excursion description. We've got to go do a mandatory safety briefing, which they told me I cannot film, so we're going to do that, and we'll follow up when we're getting ready to drive. I'm looking forward to getting behind the wheel. I'm the driver. All right, fine. For the first time, guys, I'm not the driver. So it's official. I'm gonna let Fred drive this time, simply because it is better for filming. But I am still the driver everywhere else.
So it looks like we start out pretty slow, but I want everyone to understand that during these straightaways we are 25 to 30 miles per hour, and when that dust starts to kick, it is tough to see. For the record, yes, we had to stop and clean the lens because it was pretty covered in mud. But even throughout the whole trip, it picked up this constant dust. It's something you definitely need to keep in mind when planning to do an excursion like this. You're going to get dirty. These 1000cc dune buggies were really a great quality. The suspension systems were awesome. While we're definitely bouncing around, this cart is taking the abuse. When you hear that engine revving, that means my substitute driver has punched it. And yes, he's getting up to as much as 40 miles an hour in some cases. We're just about halfway through the initial drive out there. And it was about 15 or 20 minutes overall. It was definitely well worth it. We're at a short halfway point. Some of the groups were paired together because they weren't four in a party. So they'll be switching drivers. We're halfway to the cenote at this point. We're gonna go ahead and stop for a few moments, and then we'll pick up when we get to the Jade Cavern in about another 10 minutes or so of driving time. We'll follow up with you guys then and show you the beautiful blue-green waters. So we've reached Jade Cavern Cenote. We're gonna head down. We have about a half hour here. They're gonna explain everything we're gonna do, which is pretty much hop in the water, then jump back in and tear it up on the roads again. We'll see you guys down at the bottom.
I know. Dad, there's a cave in the back. There's a back cave.
Holy smokes, Batman, it is the Batcave. There must have been 1,000 bats in here, at least. And yes, you could smell their droppings, guano, feces, whatever term you'd like for it. This friendly little guy is a white-tailed coati. It's basically in the raccoon family. It's the Mexican equivalent, as they tell us. Clearly, they're not nocturnal. Not for the faint of heart, cliff diving. Major attraction. But if you're going to take the scenic route, you got to do it the right way.
That's awesome. Oh, here comes CJ. All right, babe.
Come on. 1, 2, 3, here I go. The things we do for our channels. So yes, it was cold. That's the number one thing people asked after I jumped. The water was cold, but it was still refreshing, especially being here in Mexico, although it's not the hottest time of year since we're here in late February. Overall, if you come do this adventure, you definitely got to go ahead and do the cliff dive. Otherwise, you just haven't taken the scenic route. All right, we are heading out of the falls. Pardon the drink passing by, but as you'll see, there's opportunities at this particular location for massages, tacos. They have guacamole and a bar. It's not associated with the tour, but it is available if you'd like to have some. So the ride back was continuous. We didn't make any stops like we did on the way in. But we did find a way to get even dirtier. Fortunately, they also took us through a different pathway back, so we actually saw more of the area surrounding the resort. I really do have to give compliments to my substitute driver. He absolutely found a way to get every piece of mud possible from this puddle on us and the camera. That used to to be a white shirt he was wearing.
We got a little dirty. Totally got a little dirty on that one. That's why I'm driving.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that, Fred.
That last part was pretty darn dirty. Not sure how much of it you can see through the mud, but it was a heck of a good time. Nobody knew that this excursion was going to come with a free mud bath. We're going to clean up and we'll check in with you guys later. Alright, we finished up our excursion. Now we're heading downtown to a tea shop. I'm not really sure what we're doing because my wife just told me about it. But she also told me I needed to film it, so that's what we're going to do. So enjoy the short 3-mile drive down to downtown from the port.
So this wasn't really 3 miles. This was more like 7 or 8. After about 10 minutes, we decided to stop at Old Port because downtown was much further. But it was a comfortable cab ride, air conditioned, and the cab driver did help direct us to where we were looking to get to.
So we took a friendly cab ride. It was only 10 bucks, American, not bad. It brought us to the Old Port, or to the end of downtown, furthest away from the ships. And from here, we're going to do a little walking back, check out some shopping.
Gotta like fly to places like this and stay for a couple days so we can actually. That's what I'm saying. So we can actually like see the place, not just a small portion. Go to.
I get bored. So we are stopping at the Spice and Tea Market. Apparently, a number of our party enjoy a good cup of tea. Let's check that out now.
So while browsing around, the shopkeeper took a few moments to talk to us and introduce a number of his products. He also explained that a number of the extracts, teas, and herbs that he has do have some medicinal aspects for everything from headaches, nausea, upset stomach, etc.
Someone of your fortune.
So this place actually had a really nice selection. It wasn't just teas. There's actually various spices. They had chocolates, the Mayan vanilla that everyone usually gets when they're on a trip. It was worth a quick stop. I'm sure we're going to end up with some souvenirs here as well.
There's no shortage of liquor stores and assorted other retailers. We'll stop in one or two. Some are clearly more decorative than others.
I don't know what's in the old people.
I don't know, but it looks like a public place. So it's,
So we're here in one of the central squares, a lot of restaurants and other shops here as well. I want to point out that I know a lot of people have concerns with leaving a port when they're not on an excursion, but this particular area of Old Port here in Cozumel, we felt extremely safe and secure the entire time. So don't be afraid to get out and explore.
So we're probably only going to film one store here in Port because, to be honest, they pretty much all have the same stuff.
So before heading back to the ship, we went for a little fresh guacamole here at Tequila Go-Go, a hippie/70s theme restaurant adjacent to the Margaritaville and the Senor Frogs, but obviously right here on the water, as you can see our Royal Caribbean ship right there in the background.
That's right. Go ahead, Sarah. Suck that down.
What? A little bit.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed our tour through Cozumel. We want to thank you for watching, and as always, we'll see you on the scenic route. Be sure to check out our ship tour video, and that'll be coming out soon.